It's Monday, the 14th of July, so here's the 14th Weekly Leek. Grab your favorite drink, and let's give it a read. Just in case you're new here, the Weekly Leek is Fenn's weekly dev blog, which shares progress on a per-team basis, accompanied by 2 infographics to track their progress, with a dash of the most versatile of leeks. Let's start with Project Milestone. So, Project Milestone, what is it? Well, the team is currently working on a complete overhaul of how professions work, their feel, and the gameplay experience of leveling up, all to make the core gameplay loop feel more rewarding overall. This will be the primary focus for the team outside of completing the current quest backlog for a while, and I cannot understate just how massive of a change to the game and its design this will be once it's completed. A lot more details will be shared in the coming weeks, but I do have some more details for you today via the information on the front cover. Let's start with the leak of the week. This week it's Ian's turn as he is represented by the multi-purpose leek. How versatile! Let's look at the secondary image first. This screenshot of the Professions interface shows a brand new profession, introducing Botanist. Botanist will be replacing Gatherer in Hope Forest outright and will change how items obtained and involved in Gatherer will be used in the game. Don't worry though, any levels and XP you've already gathered in Gatherer will be directly converted to Botanist XP, so you won't lose any progress. Botanist as a profession will in general produce the same items as Gatherer, but will also involve an entirely new mechanic to further differentiate it from Forager. Seeing how the profession icon is a watering can, this will likely involve growing plants, flowers, and maybe even mushrooms. This is further reinforced by the room shown outside the front cover, the Mushroom Glade in the Hope Forest. One thing that is interesting is that Gatherer currently supplies the bones which are used in Bonerite. These will obviously not be a part of Botanist, so they will have to move elsewhere. I can see 2 possible solutions. Either the bones will move to Hopeport and become a part of the Forager profession, which would make sense because of the gameplay loop surrounding them as part of the Gatherer profession. However, a much more interesting possibility would be to add them to the Miner profession in the Mine of Mantaban, and having the player excavate them throughout the entire mine, much like the Goblin archaeologists are already doing. This would also put the resources in the same episode as they are being used in. Anyway, that's all I have on Botanist for now. More to come very soon. Now then, the primary image on the front cover seems to be a part of either the 4-star or 6-star Mine of Mantaban quests. My guess being the 6-star, as that has had graphical assets in progress for a while now. In this image, we're seeing the player after they have come down some sort of a slide. Perhaps they were eavesdropping on the 4 goblins? Interestingly, each of the goblins seems to represent one of the 4 Mine of Mantaban professions, with each of them looking like a blacksmith, archaeologist, miner, and stonemason respectively. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of stuff in this room specifically, except for the pile of eaten apple cores. 1 apple seems to have not been eaten, but I think that doesn't mean much. Seeing how dilapidated the room is, perhaps this is a forgotten part of the mines which the player explores with his team of goblins as part of the quest. Either way, I think it's safe to assume that this room is located somewhere here on the map, near the podium, judging by vegetation, the color of the walls, and the additional bridge we saw as part of Weekly Leek issue 9. Alright, let's move on to the teams. Starting with the technical team, which is Andrew, James B, and Ian. Bossy Leek Andrew has been working on Project Milestone, the Botanist Profession, and Online Safety Act compliance. Legendary Leek James B has also been working on Project Milestone, Online Safety Act compliance, and launching this week's game update. Finally, Leek of the Week, Ian the Multi-Purpose Leek, has been working on pre-graphics boss coding for the 4-star Mine of Mantuban quest. Next up is the content team, which consists of Paul, Samuel, Daniel, Harris, and Steve. Paul, the Hairy Leek, has been working on post-graphics coding for the 6-star Mine of Mantuban quest. Samuel, the Maybe Leek, has been working on post-graphics coding for the 3-star Hope Forest quest, handling support requests, and preparing this weekly leak. Thin Leek Daniel has finished recharging his batteries through a well-deserved break and is back at work starting today. Sleepy Leek Harris has been doing pre-graphics coding for the 4-star Chronopolis quest, and Lanky Leek Steve has been doing pre-graphics boss coding for the 4-star Mine of Mantuban quest. Moving on to the graphics team, which is Greg, Nick, Lewis, and James T. Greg, the laid-back Leek, finished his break and has been working on the Botanist Profession and graphics for this weekly leak. Nick, the Cactus Leek, has been super busy this week as she has been working on the Botanist Profession, graphics and animations for the 6-star Mine of Mantuban quest, as well as graphics for the 3-star Hope Forest quest. Sloth Leek Lewis has been continuing building a habitat for his spirit animal by creating more models for trees. Finally, Jimmy Leek James T has been working on graphics for the 3-star Hope Forest quest. And to wrap things up, the Crunchy Leek Joe team has been working on Global Music Track 14. Now for the infographics. Neither the SideQuest infographic nor the Stonemaw Hill infographic have changed when compared to last week. That said, this makes sense, considering just how massive Project Milestone is and how much time it takes to develop. Not to mention Botanist, which is being designed from the ground up. I can't wait to show you more in the upcoming weekly leaks. And that's Weekly Leak issue 14. If you want to read the weekly leak for yourself, the link to it is in the description. Alternatively, if you want to discuss this issue of the weekly leak and all things Brighter Shores with me and a community of well over 400 members, make sure you join my clan, the Blades of Adothria. The link to our Discord server is in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss one of my uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in Adothria. Bye!